What's going on, everybody? This is Kaleb, your favorite Kung Fu fanatic. Welcome back to the official spin-off channel for Kaleb's Kung Fu Cinema, my bi-weekly podcast where I cover all of your favorite martial arts films. Again, once again, it has been almost 2 weeks since my last video, and I'm sorry. I've just been trying to sort a few things out, trying to figure out what video I'm going to do next. I'm waiting on a couple more to come in for an unboxing video, but we got a new Blu-ray review for you guys today. I mentioned it in my previous video that this was coming up, and it's finally here. We're going to be doing a Blu-ray review of Cinematic Vengeance, Hell to the Yes. This is a box set that was released in October of 2021 from Eureka Entertainment. It is 8 films from the legendary director, Joseph Kuo, which, and as you can see right there on the box, 8 Kung Fu classics from director Joseph Kuo. This has, right here on the spine is all the movies. We've got the 7 Grandmasters, we've got 36 Deadly Styles, we've got the World of Drunken Master, the Old Master, Shaolin Kung Fu, the Shaolin Kids, the 18 Bronzemen, and rounding it off, we got Return of the 18 Bronzemen. What I'll do is I'll show everything off to you guys because there's a lot of stuff in here, and then I will just talk about what's on the films, what kind of special features there are and stuff like that. But yes, so like I said at first, this is a box set of 8 films from Joseph Kuo. Joseph Kuo is it was a very interesting director. He directed one of my all-time favorite Kung Fu films, Born Invincible. That was actually my first exposure to a Kung Fu film that wasn't Bruce Lee. Because if you guys have watched like my previous Blu-ray review on the Bruce Lee Criterion Collection set, or just listen to any of the podcast episodes, you know that Kung Fu films for me started with Bruce Lee. So Born Invincible, Joseph Kuo's film, was the first movie I saw that wasn't a Bruce Lee movie, and it had fight choreography by Yuen Wu-ping, incredible fight scenes, a really great story, really just insane, entertaining characters. But yeah, that was like my introduction to Joseph Kuo. And then, you know, years on, I would find other films that he directed, like 36 Deadly Styles, the 7 Grandmasters, the Mystery Chess Boxing, which is one of his best films, if not the best. Born Invincible holds a very special place in my heart, but I think in terms of his best film, it's up for grabs between 7 Grandmasters and the Mystery Chess Boxing. Yeah, he was always a very interesting director. He had a very interesting way of shooting fight scenes. He always did a very good job of putting on big spectacles and putting what people wanted to see, rather. But at the same time, I think he also kind of did some duds with certain films, like pretty much any filmmaker does, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But yeah, so I'll go ahead and just show the set off for you guys. So just to give you one more look at the cover, we have that right there, all these different characters. This is really good artwork. I think it's pretty awesome. It's by Darren Wheeling, who is who is pretty much the main artist behind all the Kung Fu films for Eureka Entertainment. And once again, I'm obligated to tell you guys, speaking of Eureka, this is a Region B release, so you need a Region Free player or just other Region Free capabilities to watch this if you guys don't live in Region B, which is the UK. But go ahead and take all this stuff out. First, I'll show you guys the two discs. We have we have 4 discs. So starting off, we have set 1 is called Deadly Masters. You'll see a glare. That's my phone. Sorry. Yeah, we have Deadly Masters. This has 7 Grandmasters, 36 Deadly Styles, the World of Drunken Master, and the Old Master. All these films, I'll get this out there. All 8 films are restored in 1080p HD, and it has tons of it has like original Mandarin audio tracks. Sorry, optional English dubbed audio, optional Cantonese audio. You know, so there's a lot of ways you can watch the film. Many people, you know, like to say, you know, sub over dub or something like that, or dub over sub. I like to watch the English dubs because there's I've said this before, there's a lot of nostalgia, so, and they're also really funny, so I prefer to watch the English dub. But that's only like with older films. More modern films, I watch subs, you know, whether it's an original Mandarin or Cantonese, whatever. But But yeah, so Deadly Masters, it has I'll I'll go ahead and read it off to you guys here. It has original Mandarin audio tracks, optional English dubbed audio, alternate Cantonese audio tracks for Seven Grandmasters, World of Drunken Master, and the Old Master. Newly translated English subtitles, brand new audio commentaries on Seven Grandmasters and the World of Drunken Master with Asian film expert Frank Zhang and martial artist slash filmmaker Michael Worth. Brand new audio commentaries on 36 Daily Styles and the Old Master with action cinema experts Mike Leader and Arna Benema. Hell to the yes, great guys. Yeah, the first three films on here, Seven Grandmasters, 36 Daily Styles, World of Drunken Master, those are all very good films. 36 Deadly Styles, though, I think I like that movie a bit ironically because the plot is very weird and very vague, but it's got a fight scene probably every minute and a half, I guess every 90 seconds, whatever you want to say. But it does have some very excellent choreographed fight scenes, some really cool training sequences. But yeah, the plot is just very vague and very confusing. It's very scattered and all over the place. And they were, and much like with the World of Drunken Master, 36 Deadly Styles kind of gives a Jackie Chan feel to it. There's some comedy in there, and there's a silver-haired villain. There's training with different masters, a lot of training sequences. But then World of Drunken Master, obviously, and they make it no secret in the booklet. I'll show you guys a booklet in a second, but it comes with a booklet that talks about, it just has information on all the films that are in the set, and it's no secret that the World of Drunken Master was made to kind of capitalize on Jackie Chan's very successful Drunken Master. And World of Drunken Master is it serves as a bit of an origin story for Beggar So, which is the master who teaches Jackie Chan's character Wong Fei Hung a drunken boxing in the first Drunken Master film. So this serves as an origin for that. And there's even a cameo from Yuen Su-tien, who played Beggar So in the original Drunken Master film. He was the father of Yuen Wu-ping. But there's even a cameo from him in the very beginning of the movie. World of Drunken Master, as far as this set goes, that was a film that surprised me the most. I had never seen it, but I watched it and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. It had excellent fight scenes, a really great cast. It had Jack Long, who I love. He's amazing. Mark Long has a cameo, and his cameo is very random. And he has a fight scene with his brother Jack at the end of the movie. So Jack Long, Mark Long, great pair, really great fight scene between them. And it also has Lung Fei, who plays the villain. Really great film. And Seven Grandmasters is, in my opinion, one of the most essential kung fu films of all time. If you wanted to ask me, what are like my top 5 or maybe top 10 essential kung fu films, Seven Grandmasters would most certainly be on there because the fight scenes are crazy. It's an excellent showcase of different styles and weapons and stuff like that, and it's got everything. Joseph Kuo really pulled out all the stops in Seven Grandmasters with like all the different styles. There's a really cool villain that shows up at the end, and the villain's like kind of been orchestrating everything and manipulating certain people and stuff like that. It's a really entertaining film. And then we come to The Old Master, which I don't know why they put this film in the set. And I could say the same thing for Shaolin Kids, which is on the second set. I'll get to that in a minute. But The Old Master is, I'm going to be honest, not a very good movie. I know of several people who are fans of the movie, and that's fine. I get it. I do not like it, though. I think it's pretty terrible. And it's a very weird, it's a weird thing because it's set in America. It's set in Los Angeles. And I feel like this was maybe maybe this was, when you're watching the movie and you're just seeing everything that goes on, you're probably going to ask yourself, is this what Joseph Kuo thinks of Los Angeles, or like thinks of the United States? Like kind of just the way he like shows off the culture and stuff like that. It's very weird. But I will say, if you do want to watch this movie, for me, what made it entertaining though was the commentary from Mike and Arna. It's It's great. It's so funny. It's a very, very good commentary. I liked the commentary more than the actual movie. So the commentary actually made watching the old master worthwhile. But yeah, I'm fixing to move on to the next set. So that is Deadly Masters, and yeah, I will I will show. I just realized I didn't show the discs to you guys, but each disc is a double feature. There's 8 films, 4 discs, 2 films on each one. So disc 1 we have 7 Grandmasters and 36 Deadly Styles, and then disc 2 is Old Master and World of Drunken Master. So there we go, and then yeah. So the second set is Fearless Shaolin. This has Shaolin Kung Fu, the Shaolin Kids, the 18 Bronzemen, and Return of the 18 Bronzemen. And just to read the specs off to you guys, they're almost identical to the Deadly Master set, but we have original Mandarin audio tracks, optional English dubbed audio for Shaolin Kung Fu, the Shaolin Kids, and Return of the 18 Bronzemen, newly translated English subtitles. Brand new audio commentaries on Shaolin Kung Fu and the Shaolin Kids with action cinema experts Mike Lear and Arno Venema. Brand new audio commentaries on 18 Bronzemen and Return of the 18 Bronzemen with Asian film expert Frank Jang and film writer John Charles. We also have 18 Bronzemen, the Hong Kong version, a reconstruction of the original theatrical release version of the 18 Bronzemen, which I haven't watched that version. I just watched the standard version, but or original, I should say. Sorry, but yeah, so Fearless Shaolin, there was another situation similar to this that I had with Deadly Masters, and that is Shaolin Kids. I didn't like that movie either. I don't know why they put it in there. It's very boring. It's just a lot of sitting around. When the fights do happen, they're cool, but it's a lot of sitting around and talking, and I didn't really care for that. I would have preferred it to be just, you know, faster and more fights, because that's what most of these other films are. It's just nonstop fights, and Shaolin Kids was an exception to that. I didn't really think it was a very good movie, and I don't know why they put it on here, but I'll elaborate more on that in a second, or at least I'll give you my thoughts on what I probably would have done. But a film that really surprised me the most was Shaolin Kung Fu. That was a great movie. I really, really enjoyed it. It's an excellent basher film, and I've talked about bashers already on the podcast on the previous episode where we talked about One Arm Boxer, and which, you know, and very sadly, 3 days later after that podcast went up, as well as it's been a week as of filming this, Jimmy Wang Yu sadly passed away. So rest in peace to Jimmy. We're all gonna miss him. He was such an important figure in the industry of Kung Fu films. But anyway, yeah, Shaolin Kung Fu, excellent basher film. And it really surprised me by how crazy it is. The fight scenes are excellent from a choreography standpoint. I think as far as basher films go, it's probably one of the better choreographed ones, because basher films have been known to be very chaotic and very wild and very sloppy. And Shaolin Kung Fu has those qualities, but it's the choreography, is also very slick. And the story is very dark. The main character, he loses pretty much everything, and that's a big aspect of basher films. Is our main character, he loses something important to him, or a number of things important to him, and he loses everything in that movie. And it's just really crazy, but it also has some really exciting fight scenes, and it's just very chaotic. And then 18 Bronzemen, Return of the 18 Bronzemen, those are both classic films, and it's it's just they're both other great examples of like having movies set in the Shaolin Temple and having guys do very rigorous training and tests in order to, you know, become the best fighter they can be, or best martial artist they can be, rather. But yeah, that's kind of really all I can say about 18 Bronzemen and Return of the 18 Bronzemen. Those are great movies, except they didn't stand out to me as much as something like Shaolin Kung Fu or World of Drunken Master did. But I will show the discs off to you guys. Once again, these are both double features. So disc 1, we have Shaolin Kung Fu and Shaolin Kids. And then disc 2, we have both 18 Bronzemen films. And that's it for the discs, but I do have a couple other things to show off to you guys. We also have like I said earlier, this box came with a lot of really cool stuff. We got 8 lobby cards for each film. So I'll show I'll show each one off to you guys. So right here we have 7 Grandmasters, and then 36 Deadly Styles, and and World of Drunken Master, and the Old Master, and we're almost there, I promise. And Shaolin Kung Fu, I really like this this lobby card. Then Shaolin Kids, and 18 Bronzemen, and then I really like this next one too, Return of the 18 Bronzemen, which the title they put on this lobby card is 18 Bronzemen Part 2, but that's a very classic, iconic image right there as well. I didn't really know what to do with the lobby cards. Usually I like to hang a lot of stuff on my wall, as you can see, but lobby cards, I don't really like to do that. I just think it would get a little too cluttered, and I'd use up all my push pins and stuff like that. But I keep them in the box. There's space for them in the box, so I just keep them there. And then lastly, of course, we have this really great booklet. It's got tons of information. You can see how thick it is right there. It's got a lot of information. It talks about Joseph Kuo and his career, and it has a lot of really great pictures. I can't show them all to you because this is a very big book, but we got pictures like for 7 Grandmasters, and there's just essays on each film, and here is the one for World of Drunken Master, like I said, and it talks a lot about how much success Jackie Chan had with Drunken Master and how they were trying to capitalize on it with World of Drunken Master. And then here we have the Old Master. And again, I did not like this movie. It's really interesting though at the same time, because the star of the film was actually the teacher of guys like Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung, Yuen Biao, and Yuen Wah, and something like that. So just having a legend like him in the film is great, but I think execution of the film probably wasn't very good. And then we have this really great image right here from Shaolin Kung Fu. This right here is in the final climax of the film, which is a very crazy sequence. It has our hero just jumping in and out of the water. He kills the villain with a pressure point technique. It's really crazy. And then we also have this. This is a really great image as well for 18 Bronzemen. But yeah, like I said, I can't show off everything because it's just a really big book, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. But yeah, that is a cinematic vintage set. I think that this is a really, really great set. But I wouldn't go as far as to say it is my favorite release of 2021. That would go to the Shawscope set from Era, which I've already done a review of that. But and you guys can check that out as well. But I wouldn't say this is my favorite release of 2021. It's definitely a great release. However, I will say the thing that probably didn't make it my favorite release of the year was the content. For all the information that this does have in the booklet, and it's got lobby cards and it's got some great commentaries, there isn't really anything else outside of that. There's no interviews or like really quick documentaries on certain films, and I think it would have been really interesting if they had stuff like that. And commentaries, the commentaries being as great as they are, and they also provide a lot of information. I would have just really liked to see some more stuff like documentaries or interviews or something like that about making the film, or about how the fight choreography went and stuff like that. And so that was that kind of brought the set down a couple of notches for me. And there was also just the fact that 2 films on the set, Old Master and Shaolin Kids, were 2 films that I didn't really like, and I watched them and I thought, why didn't they put films like Born Invincible or Mystery Chess Boxing on here? Because those movies, those two films are excellent. Two of Joseph Kuo's best films. And you know, and we did get some other of his best films like Shaolin Kung Fu, Royal Drunken Master, Seven Grandmasters, and 36 Deadly Styles. But I think the set would have been even better if they had films like Mystery Chess Boxing and Born Invincible, because Mystery Chess Boxing is a very iconic film. I mean, if it wasn't for that, we probably wouldn't have gotten a great rap group as Wu-Tang Clan. I don't know that for sure. They probably still would exist even afterwards, but you know, one of their members, Ghostface Killer, that's a character from Mystery Chess Boxing, and so I was just kind of confused that they chose to go with Old Master and Shaolin Kids, but that's not to say overall it's an impressive set. I thought it was really cool, and you know, commentaries are great. And I'll reiterate that The Old Master was not a good movie, but the commentary from Mike and Arna made it even better. So I think that commentary alone is just something to check out, even if you watch the Old Master film and you end up not liking it. But yeah, I would definitely say that this was a very good release for 2021. It's just not my favorite, but I'm very glad that I bought it because I learned a lot, and I learned a lot from the booklet, and I got to watch a couple of films that I hadn't seen before, and it was just overall a really great experience. So yeah, I definitely recommend the Cinematic Vengeance box set from Eureka Entertainment. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys if you're interested in purchasing it. And once again, don't forget, it's Region B, so you'll need region-free capabilities to check this film out if you live in Region A or C or whatever. But yeah, that's it for today. That's it for this Blu-ray review. Thanks, as always, for tuning in. If this was your first time, thanks for finding me. I really appreciate it. I would very much appreciate it as well if you guys would subscribe and like and share and comment and hit the bell and all that other good YouTube stuff to do, so that you can, I don't know, stay tuned for each video. But yeah, we're very close to 60 subscribers. We're at 58 right now. So let's see if we can get to 60. But yeah, so don't forget to tune in to Kaleb's Kung Fu Cinema this Saturday, April 16th. We are going to be discussing my favorite Jackie Chan film, Snake in the Eagle's Shadow. I'm gonna leave another link to that as well, to my link tree, and you guys can check out my podcast on various platforms. But yeah, April 16th is going to be episode 39. We're talking Snake in the Eagle's Shadow, my favorite Jackie Chan film. I'm very eager to watch that film again and to just talk about it, because it's such a great classic film. And don't forget, we also have a Patreon now. I'll leave another link for that. You guys can check it out. Tiers start at $3 a month, and you can get access to stuff like live streams, early access to videos. And if you subscribe to the $7 a month Grandmaster tier, you'll get a shout out on my podcast, Kaleb's Kung Fu Cinema. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.